Okay, so today we are gonna learn how to get our brow game on fleek. I think that's what the kids are saying these days. So we're gonna make your brows look good today, okay? So stick with me and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay, so I washed my brows off, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to get your brows to look fantastic. Okay, so here I have two things that I'm going to use and one thing that I want to talk about. So a lot of people use pigments to do their eyebrows, which is completely fine. It's gonna do almost the same thing that we are gonna do with a pencil. The pencil is just a little bit easier for me to use, but I would use, if I was going to, I'd use a liner brush, really thin, to get in there and create those lines and small little hair-like features using pigment. So that is an option for somebody who has like a palette one. I'd show you, but I don't have mine with me. Who has, or a brown pigment of some sort. Okay, so these are actually easy to do. All right, I'm going to start with a brush. Okay, and I'm going to brush. You want to start by brushing your brow down. Okay. So I'm going to brush my brow down. Quick tip, okay? How do you know where you're supposed to start, where it's supposed to arc, and where it's supposed to end? Is you're going to do 2 points to make a line. So point 1 and point 2, right? Your inner eye is point 2, and that is where it's going to start. So right there is where I want my line to start. Okay? Then it's going to be same point. Point 1 is always the same, and then it's going to be the black in your eye if you're looking forward. Okay, that's where my arch is going to be. Okay, and then point 3, or then the third one is going to be the outside of your eye. That's where your brow is going to end. Okay, so we started with brushing our eyebrows down. Okay, and then I'm going to take my pencil. I've got a pencil here. It's a brow pencil. It's got a really small, fine point. I'm going to start from my eye, and I'm going to draw that line to where that point's going to be. Okay? When you draw that line, though, you want to do it in small strokes, and you want to do it very lightly so that you almost have hair-like features. Okay? So very small strokes to that point. Okay? That's the top of my brow. Okay? Then I'm going to brush upward. Okay, and then from the bottom part, I'm going to do the same thing all the way to that arc. So, just small strokes to that point. Okay? Then I'm going to take and I'm going to fill in this gap. Some people draw a line from here to here. I tend to think that the inside corner is supposed to be lighter than the rest of your eyebrow naturally. You can, of course, define that if that's a look that you're going for. I'm not going to define that for myself. So you just go on, take very small strokes and fill it in. Disclaimer, I am not artistic, so you are completely capable of doing this, okay? And then when you come down, you're going to take from that point to where it's supposed to end. You're just going to draw a straight line. Right, but we're going to use small strokes when we do it. And then from here, from the undercarriage, you're actually going to go over. You don't want to go down in a line. You want to go over, almost like going across your eyebrow. Okay, and that's going to help create that point here at the end. Now you can see, as I'm showing you, I'm probably not doing as good of a job. But you can leave it that way. I'm going to brush it out. That's going to help create this natural hair-like look. It's going to help kind of even out that coloring. If you need to, you just go ahead and wipe it out. I put too much there. I didn't like it, so I'm going to wipe it off. Okay? So brush it out. This one, I'm brushing up and over. So up and over. Not necessarily sideways, but up and over. Okay? And that is going to give me my brow. Now, what I do have, right, for those of us who have thinner eyebrows, and you want to fill in those hairs, So for those of you who want to fill in those hairs, I have here a brow gel, okay? So the brow gel actually contains small fibers, kind of like our 3D Fiber Lash Mascara, and it sticks to your eyelashes, or your eyebrow hairs. So I'm actually going to take this. When you put this on, it's going to help your brows stay all day, and it's going to help fill them out. So that's what this is for. I'm going to take, and I'm going to brush my brow backwards, which is going to help those fibers stick to the hairs on my eyebrows, okay? And then I'm just going to go through in that same motion, right? A little bit up and over, and then down, to help create that nice manicured eyebrow, okay? So that is how I would do an eyebrow, full-fledged eyebrow. If I am in a hurry, I can just use the brow gel. So I'm going to show you what results I get with just the brow gel. Okay, this is my favorite. I definitely go through more brow gel than I do brow pencil. That's a quick two-step process with one product. And remember, ladies, that your eyebrows are not the same, okay? Don't try and make them the same. They will fit that side of your face. So remember to do the 1, 2, 3 on each side of your face when you're learning to frame your eyebrows out, okay? So now you can see that this brow gel gives my eyebrows good structure, but it doesn't give them the deep darkness. So it depends on what you want to get out of your eyebrows, okay? If you want that darkness, you want to fill them in. If you just want that volume, you need to do this. Now, if you have pencil thin eyebrows, I would recommend doing the pencil. You're not going to get the same results from a gel if you don't already have some of those fibers to stick to. Okay, ladies, this was fun, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.